Hey, there's that thing again. I see it outside. There it is. Yes, yes, you're right, pussycat. I see it too. I'll go out and see if I make friends with it. Do you think that's a good idea? What do you think? What do you think? It's a good idea? What do you think? It is? Maybe? I know. There's leftover French fry I'll give him. That's a good idea. There he is. He's hanging on that post there. Hey, little buddy, come over here. Come on. Yeah, come on, little buddy. Come on. French fry. Come on. You turn around. Come on, little French fry. Come on. French fry here. See it? And he's gone the other way. I'm going to sneak around on the other side. That's what I'm going to do.
Hey, where'd it go? Gone. Yeah. A potato. A rotten stinking potato. I'm crushed. What does the fat boy think I am? Potato farmer? I'm highly insulted. Does he think I have any feelings? I try to be nice, and all I get is a French fry? Head up this guy. Cut.
Lights. Camera. Action! Yeah, I wanted the shorter one. Sorry for the delay. Lockmeister was under the weather. I'm telling you, it was not a good thing. But we're almost all better, so I gotta start a video. But look, I got lights here, all kinds of lights. I got overhead lights that I hooked up. I got these side lights here. Those are like good. I got a magnifying glass light there from the old bench. Got that little light right there. And these overhead lights, if you look at them, I put it on just regular Schedule 40 PVC piping there. Kind of made the structure. Holds those lamps there. Yeah, just I found this interesting here. Famous people with gout. Gout goes back over 4,000 years. The history of gout. It was misperceived as a king's disease. Oh, I thought I was a king. Well, here's some famous people who had it. Let's see. Ansel Adams, Ludwig van Beethoven, Jim Belushi, Maurice Cheeks, basketball player and coach, Dick Cheney, former Dick, Charles Dickens. Let me blow this up so we can read it a little better. Charles Dickens, Benjamin Franklin, King Henry VIII. There you go. Samuel Johnson, British author and poet. Lockmeister, jack of all trades, master of none. Harry Kewell, professional soccer player. Lockmeister? How did I make that on the list? Wow. I didn't know I was that famous. Well, this radio is just about the same as it was when we saw it last time. But I'm going to start moving forward because I have to. Someone's got to do it. So I first started by taking a slew of pictures, good pictures, and lots of pictures, for all different angles. Yeah, I just load everything to the laptop here. That's Raquel Welch, believe it or not. She still looks fantastic. I mean, she must be, I don't know. She's looks good for a senior citizen, I can tell you that. Yeah, check this out. I'll lower the lights here. So I got all kinds of pictures here, and we could blow them up. There's some I did with flash, and some I did without flash. So it's really good to take all sorts of pictures. You can't take enough pictures, I'm telling you. You really can't. Take as many as possible. Just keep taking pictures forever. Take pictures till you puke, but take pictures. Take a lot of pictures. There's that power resistor. Look at that. That looks old, doesn't it? This whole thing looks old. Do I really want to fix this thing? Yeah, I do. I went to Harbor Freight. I got these. I needed some new pliers. These are like $6.99. These are like half price. For the whole set. $6.99 for the whole set. That's not too bad. That could be useful. I mean, the whole set. Quality is really not that bad on these things. I'm really surprised. Let's see. Gonna need this. Looks like I got everything there too. Just the wife's kind of borrowed it from her. And yeah, gotta get started. I got the solder station. Oh, I need a sponge. Man. A sponge! A sponge! My kingdom for a sponge! Never mind. There's one right there. Yeah, all you gotta do is just trim it. Trim it to size. There we go. Yeah, I'm gonna start by taking these hands off. And even with a magnifier, it's hard to see. But it looks like there's a little screw in there that I gotta take out. I'm gonna have to repaint these too. The paint's coming off of it there. Well, it turns out that is not a screw in there. That is a split shaft. And what you gotta do, I saw this on the radio forum, but what you gotta do is squeeze this collar with like pliers or something, and then you squeeze it the same direction of that slit. And then you take the collar off, then you take the big hand off, then you take the little hand off. Okay, let's give it a try. Put my heavy-duty glasses on here. Now I said there to squeeze this puppy as hard as you can. And wiggle it. Yeah, it came off. Hey, the bottom one came off too. Great. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. You can see here the dried up grease in here. Man, it's got to be cleaned. And got this tongue depressor kind of thing that goes up, and you got the band X, A, B, and C. And we have these kind of plastic kind of diffusers, I guess you call them, for the lights, the dial lights. And okay, glad I got that apart. And someone put the letter, looks like the letter E or something in there. I don't know. This is painted like a light beige. It's not white, but it's a light beige. Now I guarantee you, if I try to get these plastic diffusers out, kind of squeeze them, take them out, I guarantee you it's going to crack right down the middle there. These diffusers they turn slightly greenish looking, but I kind of think that's what the original color was. Seems like they have like a little bullseye. See that little bullseye on there? Interesting. They must have did that to show the assembler where the light bulb was going. You know, like the light bulb is like in the center of that target there. What's interesting, I'm going to point this out to you. This uses like braids to ground the variable capacitor out. None less than 1, 2, 3, 4 braids. It's kind of interesting there. Guess they ain't playing around on their grounding here. I guess each section here is isolated. Must be how they did it. So that's what it is. See, this piece of metal and that piece of metal for this frame here, they're all isolated. So each piece of metal has its own separate ground. Interesting. They have like some kind of phenolic here, like a structure. I guess that's holding the stationary part of the variable capacitor. And what I noticed, I thought I had adjustments on here. They ain't. This phenolic, there's no adjustments on this variable capacitor. Adjustment's supposed to be underneath the thing. So I'll keep contemplating this for a while. See what we're going to do with it here. Oh yeah, and these here, they hear grommet there. That's all rotted out there. It's all super hard. The more I look at it, the more I don't want to take this apart. Because we have this shield. RCA went all out making these things. They have a shield that turns with a variable condenser there. See that? The shield turns. It's pretty tight. But get down in there, it's actually 2 ball bearings. That shield rides in the middle of 2 ball bearings. So that allows, I guess, to down in there, it allows it to kind of ground out this shield here. They thought they needed that shield that turns with the variable capacitor. The shield is sandwiched between 2 ball bearings to keep it grounded. It's pretty far out stuff. So I'm thinking about taking this whole sub-assembly out. The whole thing. Now, I ain't going to ultrasound this thing. I'm going to spray it up, clean it up, spray it in there with cleaner, clean the bearings out like that. Like I mentioned, this thing here is looks like they've put it together and kind of flared this thing here to hold it together. So I'm thinking about taking, like I said, take the whole assembly out. This ton depressor thing is going to come out of there. We're going to clean it all up like that. I'm going to have to replace these cushions, and then I can clean all underneath here. Can't get in there with that capacitor in there. Okay, let's take this fuse panel off. Put my glasses on here. See what the fuse looks like behind here. I'm going to put these in a in a safe spot here. If you look at this, it's got two positions for the fuse. One is 110 and the other is 120. So it's in the 120 spot. Let's check that fuse out, see what the heck it looks like, just for heck. Okay, let's see, put it on 20K here. Yeah, that fuse is blown. So there you go, that's why the radio don't work. The fuse is blown. I'll take that fuse out, see what they had in there. That's pretty hefty fuse inside. Let's see what they threw in there. If I could read it. I got this thing too. I'm telling you, this so I got a 5 amp. I think that's a little too much. Let's see what it called for. Yeah, it says it calls for a 3 ampere. So, 5 amp. Yeah, that's kind of too high, ain't it? And a blue with a 5 amp, huh? I don't like that at all. Because if you look at this puppy, I don't know if you can see that. Let's see if you can see that. Yeah, see that? 5 amp fuse blown pretty convincingly. Man, I hate to see stuff like that. Okay, here we go. I found a 3 amp fuse. I just got one of them. 3 amperes. Okay, I put the using the 2 megohm setting on my own meter. Let's see if I get anything when I turn this on and off. Let's see. Oh, I saw it bounce. That's off. That's nothing. I saw it bounce though. Yeah, see, there it goes. Look. I think the control's a little dirty here for that switch part. I think that's what's going on with that. Figure it hasn't been used in I don't know how many years. You know, I'm not a shill for a deoxit, but this is supposed to be pretty good stuff. Let's see if we could get some inside this switch here. I don't know. There's little rivets here. I don't know if it goes inside the switch though. Try that one. That one. Yeah, let's give it a shot inside the potentiometer here. Wow. You know, that moves so much easier spraying it with that deoxit. It's like, wow, the thing was really jammed. Now it's like moving easy. Okay. Let's hook it back up. Let's see if we get anything. Well, I'm going to tighten up on these screws here too. Do a loosen and tighten on these screws to the antique plug. You know what I mean? Okay. Okay, let's see what happens with the ohm meter here. Okay, there we go. Yes, it started to work when I had the camera off, and I think tightening these, loosening and tightening these screws here for the plug, you know, fixed it too. So I think it was 2 things that were wrong. It's 200K. Goes down to like 0. Let's see what the resistance is for real. Let's see, turn it on. Getting about 57 ohms. Okay, it's about 40 ohms. Okay, it's better than nothing ohms. Okay. So this is still the original power cord, believe it or not. It's not that bad. I mean, it's got to be replaced, but it's still good to run this test on it. That's what I'm going to do, use this original power cord to run the test. There's a little fray there, but it ain't shorted or nothing, so I'm just going to test the power transformer and get in and out of it. So let's give it a try. Okay, looking at this schematic pictorial here, this is our rectifier socket from underneath, and it says FF. Believe me, it really does. It says FF, and that says PP. So F and F is filament, and P is plate. Well, let's hook it up. Just remember what it looks like there. Transfer it over here. So that would be filament and filament. And we'll set our voltmeter to AC volts. Let's put 200 AC volts. And I'm gonna vary that Variac up to my mark that I had put on there before. Right there is 115 volts, right on that mark there. Let's give this a shot here. Okay, so with one hand, this one here, I'm going to turn the switch on. Okay, started reading something. Don't ask me why. It's on 0. I'm going to crank this up to that mark I usually put there. See what we get here. 5.2 volts AC. That's great, because I think we're going for 5.2 volts. So that's pretty good. Yeah, we're going for 5 volts. It's a 5-volt rectifier. Whatever the number was, 5W4 or something, but it's 5. Okay, so we got 5 volts AC. Great. Let's shut it off. Hey, wait. Oh man, look at that. Look at that. We got one dial light working. You see that? Watch this. This is awesome. Look. Haha! We got one dial light. So we know that it's we got our 6.3 volts there. Alright. Let's lower it back down. Let's check our high tension voltage out here. Okay, with the power off, using one hand, just so I get used to using one hand again. Put that one on plate, and use a little clip to go to the meter here. Let's go to the other side of the plate here. Okay, and let's look at our voltmeter here. AC volts. Let's kick it to 600. Put our Variac down. Using my other hand, just one hand. Kick it on. And I don't know why it jumps so high to begin with. We're going to ramp it up to what should be my mark on there. This thing is really ramping up pretty fast. So you should be stopping there. But to get to my mark, it's really going pretty high. It's 800. Let me show you my mark here. See, when I did my other radios, where is it here? Yeah, here, look. When I did my other radios, I had the mark here. So I gotta do is I gotta check the input. So, for whatever crazy reason, I may have more voltage at the house going into here. So let's check all this out here. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with that because it's growing too high. This here, I don't know if you can see that. Taking off the original cloth. RCA, gotta be RCA. Electrical tape. And power's off. I'm just looking at this. This looks like a crimp connector. So this is the original power cord on the thing. So that's a crimp connector, crimping the power cord to the power transformer. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let's see, power's off, check this off. So I'm going to go one end to this fuse here. The other end, I traced it out, and I got to go to here where the other side of the power cord goes to the power transformer. So this is our input voltage here. So what I'm going to do is go back here. I'm going to start ramping it up till I get 115 volts. Why does it start at 68 volts? I do not know. So I'm ramping it up to 115 volts. There. Okay. Let's check it here. Okay. 115 volts. Let's see where that is on the Variac. Antique Variac here. And there we go. There's our answer why I was creeping too high. There's my mark. There's the mark here. And I'm at 115 volts at only 85%. And it used to be about 95%. So why that changed over the period of when I last used it, I have no idea. Because that used to be like 115, 117 volts. And now that right there is 115 volts. So I got a long way to go before I get to up here. Okay, so this is right there. I gotta make another mark on there. Okay, so I'm thinking it is what it is. I got the voltage here. I'm gonna put the probe on very carefully, one hand. This is plate to plate. It's 780 volts. In the center tap, move it to this center tap leg to this power resistor here. There you go. We got 388, close to 390. There you go. So, 390 volts. I'm thinking that once everything's powered up and we get a load on that rectifier, that's going to come down. I mean, I'm thinking it seems a little high, but I'm probably thinking wrong. I'm probably thinking wrong there. So we got right there 785 volts at 115 in. I'm going with it. And we got about 387, 388, 390, there you go. 390 center tap. So I'm happy with it. I'm going to say that's a good test on the power transformer. Hey, we got our light working there. Got our light bulb working. So that's like a big plus there. See that? We got a light bulb working. That's about 0.5% of the radio working. So we're making pretty good progress here. So take it easy, folks. Have a great day. Take it easy. Bye. Have a nice evening. I'll see you next time. Bye.